Good morning. It is day 4 and I'm passing back through in Glendalough, the monastic settlement and the cemetery, in order to get onto the main path today. And let's see. Oh, it's just so beautiful here. This is, I don't know what to say, this is probably my favorite spot of the walk so far. Look at this. It is just incredible. This is my 3rd time through here. I was here yesterday afternoon before I got to my hostel. I stopped by after dinner last night, and I knew I would get to walk through again to get to the path. So I'm just going to do a quick intro because I want to enjoy kind of the rest of this and walking through, but I have a super long day today. This is my 35, maybe 36 kilometer day. And I've done that before, but for some reason it makes me a little nervous. I think probably because there is going to be a decent amount of elevation, so it's going to make it a long day. And my knee has been hurting a little bit at the end of my stages and was hurting just a little bit yesterday. And yesterday I'd done about 20 kilometers, so I'm doing quite a bit more than that. So I'm just hoping all goes well. I'm sure it will. And I am, though, looking forward to having a really long day of walking ahead. So going to enjoy this peaceful spot this morning, and I'll be back soon with an update. So from what I read, Glendalough means 2 lakes, and right now this is the lower lake, and soon I'll be getting to the upper lake, I think. And it is such a peaceful and beautiful morning. So I just crossed over to the other side. This is Upper Lake because I'm taking an alternate, and might not have been the best idea considering I have a really long stage, and this does add on an extra couple kilometers, but it's called the Miner's Way or the Miner's Path, and it is supposed to be a lot more scenic. And it really only adds, I think it's less than 2 kilometers. So I am hoping I don't regret this decision. I don't think I will. This is incredible. I think my path is going to go all the way up there. And I was just checking the map to see where the Wicklow Way is. And the Wicklow Way, it didn't walk all along Upper Lake here. It kind of probably like back there crossed over. So all of these views in this area I'm in, well, it's not technically the Wicklow Way. This is the alternate. And I'm so happy I took this way. Now, I do have to do some climbing, and it might get really tough, but it's just so beautiful. And there's one guy who just ran past me, but otherwise I've been completely and totally alone out here, and it is so beautiful and peaceful. I'm loving this. There are 2 more people. Again, aside from that other runner, the only people I've seen. Almost at the top, I think. Although actually the path might climb all the way up there, so I might have a long, gradual climb to go. Looks like these are deer, maybe. Let's go see. Oh, Oh, you're so sweet. Hey, buddy. Okay, this path doesn't look like much on the video, but it is going to be steep up there at the top. I can kind of see what look like stairs to get up. But once I'm up there, that should be the end of the climb, at least for the morning. And I think it's about another 5 kilometers into Glenmalure, which is where I'm hoping to get lunch. No, actually, there are no steps. All right, the last push to get up, and hopefully that's the top up there. I'm assuming it is, but sometimes you never know. Okay, I think my detour is over. That's the Miner's Way, which now joins back up with the Wicklow Way. Another one of the huts. I'm gonna go check it out and maybe take another little break. Okay, I have a slightly new plan. So I just took a quick break at the hut back there. I was looking at my guidebook and kind of thinking like, oh, I wonder what the elevation gain is going to be for like the second part of this day. And it's a lot. More than what I did just now, and that was a lot. And I think I just got a little bit more intimidated by this big day that I'm doing today. The guidebook also says from Glenmalure, which is where I was planning to stop for lunch, it said it's like another 7 hours of walking. And I don't know why I didn't pay attention to that earlier, or maybe in my mind I was like, oh, I'll be able to do it really fast. It's one thing if it's a straight flat path, but it's not going to be. So I was kind of taking my time. I didn't need another break when I got to the hut, but I was like, oh, the Glenmalure Lodge doesn't start serving food until 12:30, and I'm on pace to get there before then. So I was like, I might as well just take my time. My plan was to go stop there, have lunch, hopefully, only spend like an hour there, and then keep walking. But I think I'm going to skip lunch, and I should have enough food with me that I'll be okay. I might stop. I'm going to see what time it is when I get down to the lodge, and they might be open for me to go in and get a coffee, and that could be nice just to take like a little break, drink some more coffee. I only had my instant coffee this morning. Use the bathroom and maybe like refill water and then head on my way. But I think I'll kind of gain an hour if I do that at least. So that's kind of my thought. It still might be a late arrival tonight. My host at the bed and breakfast where I'm staying, she messaged me last night and asked if I was still on track to be there today and what time I might arrive. And I let her know that I was doing a big stage and I might get there a little late, but I was like, oh, maybe by like 5:30 or 6. But now I'm thinking potentially it's going to be after that. But she also said, and this was so nice, she said, she's going to be out a little this evening, but that she would leave some food in my room, which is so kind, because there aren't any restaurants, no services where I'm going today. Okay, that's my long ramble about figuring out the rest of the stage. I think this is going to end up being a massive day. I'm feeling really good right now, but I've probably only gone like 12 kilometers. So 1/3 of the way there. All right, back soon with more. Coffee, a latte, my favorite cookies. I'm sitting outside because it is warm enough. I got the Wi-Fi code. A little loud there. And I think I'm going to be good until about 12:30 here. That's the plan. Take a little break and then we're going to hustle for the rest of the day. Okay, it is just before 12:30. I got a coffee back there. It's so funny how like my original plan was lunch, but just goes to show like making plans, sometimes is good. Oh wait, we gotta check out this field of all the gorse. Can you see? And the sheep there. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, anyway, I was gonna say my original plan had been lunch, but I'm not even that hungry, and I just had such a good coffee. Gave me a couple little cookies. I sat outside because it's like kind of warm out, and it was just like the perfect stop. They were so nice there. They refilled my water. I used the bathroom. There are these two guys unloading beer kegs from a Guinness truck. And as I started to walk off, they like asked me all about what I'm doing. They're like, "You're walking in these hills alone?" And one guy was like, "Have you had a Guinness yet? They're addictive." So it was just overall, I think the perfect stop. So once again, look how beautiful. Let's just go say hi to these guys. Look, they're just there to say hello. Look at the sky. I'm gonna have to take a picture of this. Anyway, so this was just such a great break, and I'm feeling good for the rest of the walk. It's gonna be, I think, a tough afternoon, but again, I have hours, so it's gonna be great. All right, halfway point of the Wicklow Way. I'm sweating. The path's going up again, and actually it's about to go up pretty steeply. And there is a hut nearby. It's the third and final one. And I keep thinking, oh, it should be around every bend because that's where I'm going to take my break. It is definitely time for a break. I need to eat some food. I am feeling tired. I think it'll be great to take my shoes and socks off and really eat something and rest for a bit. But I'm pushing on to that hut. And I think it's going to be around this bend. I do. I think I'm going to climb this hill, go a little further, and it's going to be there. So I got to push on. Okay, I finished climbing, and now I'm descending, and the hut has still not come into view. But it's okay. This is a kind of steep descent, but it is beautiful. And the sun has been coming out just a little bit, and it takes a lot less energy on my part to go downhill than uphill. So still looking forward to that break, but really enjoying this. I see it. I also hear voices, so I'm not going to be alone. But oh, so happy to have made it. Okay, back on my way again. So I stopped at the hut back there, and there were two women, and I ended up sitting and talking with them for an hour. So much for a short break, but it was so nice. Oh, those women were so kind, and oh, it was incredible. It was a really nice chance to sit and have a nice break and just talk to two really, really kind women. So anyway, I am back on the path, and it is stunningly gorgeous. Look at this. Look how green and beautiful this is. So it is about 4 o'clock and I think I have maybe like 12 kilometers left to go. So it is going to be a late arrival for me. Late in terms of just kind of what I'm used to. But I do think that, as ever, I don't know why I get sometimes a little stressed about it, but I think when I have a long day, like, you know, I don't love arriving super late because it's nice to be able to take a shower and wash some clothes and kind of relax a little. But I feel as I'm moving again now, like I was pretty tired before and I was hungry, but I just ate a bunch of food. And I think actually sitting for an hour was really good because I can feel again like I'm walking kind of fast and I have good energy. I think I've done a lot of the climbing already. Like I'm sure I still have some more up to go, but I don't know. I feel good for the last part of this. And even if I'm arriving a little bit later than I wanted to, it's completely okay. And yeah, overall, I have to say I've been enjoying this day very, very much. All right, another quick update. I've been walking for about an hour and a half since my break. Figure I have about another hour to go, roughly 5 kilometers. And it is 5:30 and I am feeling tired, but not awful. Definitely tired, definitely drained. I've been walking a lot, but it feels really good. Like my legs I can feel are tired, but so far, I don't want to jinx it, but my knee feels fine. And I was kind of just hoping I could get through the bulk of this day before it started hurting, if it was going to hurt at all. And I have done that. Like at this point with 5 kilometers, my knee does start to hurt. There's a sign. I know I'll be able to make it. I think I was just really afraid it was going to start to hurt like halfway through the day or earlier in the day. And then I'd struggle with that, but it feels really good. Okay. I see some signs and I'm a little confused. I think I have to turn left. Should probably go. All right, it's hard to read this because the sun is there, but Farmhouse bed and breakfast, 3 kilometers away. Down to the last 3. Unfortunately, that's a little bit longer than I hoped it would be, but I'm gonna make it. So a car was just driving down the road and it slowed down and kind of rolled to a stop as it got to me. And I wondered if it was gonna be the hosts of where I'm staying tonight, and it was. It was so funny. The woman was like, Nadine, they are headed out for the evening, and oh my gosh, it was so nice. She kind of said, she's like, we left the door open for you. She said there are sandwiches and scones in your room. Then she said there's a beer in there too. Oh, it's so nice. And she even asked, she was like, are you going to be okay to do the rest of the walk? Still a little bit. And I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And I think I just swallowed a bug. Anyway, even though I knew that was going to be fine, it just feels even more reassuring. They were just so nice, and breakfast starts at 8, and I will probably be in bed by the time they get back tonight, but I'll just see them in the morning. And I don't know, just again, makes me feel so good. People have been so nice on this trip, but today especially, I have just met the kindest people, and it makes me really happy. Okay, here's my split. Wicklow Way goes to the left. Farmhouse to the right, 1 kilometer. Except the sign I saw back that way also said 1 kilometer. And it's uphill a little bit. Okay, I can do this. 10 more minutes. We got this. Oh my gosh, here it is. Cow Farmhouse, B&B, the driveway. This last kilometer was 100% uphill. Yikes, was this a day. All right, looks like my destination is down at the end of this lane. There's my shadow. I am almost there. So perfect. Wow. Showered, washed some clothes. It is after 7:30 and this first sip of beer tasted so good.